What is up, Buttercup? Welcome to your general timeless reading. This is for our couples in separation. So let's see what's going on for you guys. I'm going to be using Light Seers Tarot today. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. My name is Jordyn. I'm a master Reiki practitioner, quantum healer, spiritual life coach, and a tarot reader. I do a lot of things, okay? Just check it out down below in the website. And let's get into it. Let's see what's going on for you guys. Don't forget to hit that bell and to like, share, subscribe. Helps the channel grow, and I greatly appreciate it. So let's see what's going on for our couples in separation. Right? We have the Empress in reverse. Okay, we're gonna have three spreads. They just showed me. Okay, so let's go. There's gonna be two more here. Nine of Swords, Temperance, Four of Pentacles. A lot of reversals. Ooh, sassy. Okay. Queen of Pentacles, King of Cups. Okay, interesting. Really interesting. Okay, let's get the next two groups and then we'll talk about everything. Alright. This is the relationship. There's a lot of ego at play here. We have the Ace of Swords, the Hermit. And both people want to talk. They want to speak on their truth, but their ego's getting in the way. I'm not going to take these. Let's get to the other individual. Let's see what's going on here. Four of Wands. And holy Nikes. The Sun. Okay. I feel like they're actually feeling a little liberated. This feels, then we have, Knight of Wands, Seven of Swords in reverse, and the Death card. Okay. We have some very let's start with this. One, when both energies show up so easily in a reading for me, it tells me that they're still connected. So there's no denying that both people are still emotionally tied. There's still care and love for one another here. But at the same time, there is toxicity. There's a lot of ego at play. A King of Wands in reverse to me is power struggles. It's, I don't feel heard. You're not seeing me. I'm not seeing you. Because it's very creative, but this has an arrogance to it. There's an air of arrogance. And so you might think your person's arrogant, or they might think that you're arrogant. But really what's happening is that you're mirroring each other. I think both people will see this when they disconnect from their ego a little bit and they really step back. And if you were to ask yourself, okay, if I were a friend looking in on this, and I saw them and I saw me, what would it really look like, right? Unbiasedly examining the situation and going within is not only going to help you see it more clearly, Ace of Swords, but going Hermit is actually going to help you too not to be so enmeshed in one another, right? Sorry, there is like a really bad glare on my glasses. And so when you're not so enmeshed in one another, this will allow you to embody your own personal energy again. I feel like this individual over here, this feels like the masculine energy. I'm just going to call it as I see it. This feels like the masculine energy. They feel like they really enjoy their freedom. They like their free time. They like to do what they want when they want to do it. This foundation, I feel like it almost felt like a very Eight of Swords to them. They like their freedom. It's very Sagittarius, Knight of Wands energy. So they might be very like sudden plans like, hey, let's do this. Hey, let's do that. But they want to do it when they want to do it. That's how they move. And that's, people's energy is going to be different, especially when you start to research somebody's human design. You're going to realize that some people have more energy for the things that light them up versus the energy for situations that are planned. Like some people are just, they don't work by plans. And study human design a little bit. It will educate you. But the Knight of Wands here, this is the kind of individual who chases things that light them up. When they're passionate about it, when it excites them, that's when they really want to do that. I think that this person's getting into a project or a venture that really aligns with them on a soul level. I just don't think the relationship's the focus of their day-to-day right now. At the end of the day, yeah. But throughout the day, they're like, I need to do this for me. They're getting themselves to a place of healing is really what's going on. Because they're releasing a Seven of Swords, which is self-sabotaging behavior or deceptive behavior or an energy of feeling betrayed. And they're going through a really deep transformation here with Death. Okay? Now we have the feminine energy. This is I'm not gonna lie, this feels arrogant. It just does. Empress in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles. There's a difference between honoring yourself and having an air of arrogance to it. You can honor your self-worth, you can love yourself, but having that compassion, and that's what this Empress in reverse is telling me, is that there might be a lack of consciously telling the ego, like, hey, let's not hold on to this hurt or this pain or pretend that we're okay, pretend that things are fine. Like, let's understand that two people were involved in this. What did I bring to the table? What did they bring to the table? And how can I bridge that gap? Bridging the gap doesn't necessarily mean coming back together, but it will help you transmute this hurt, this pain, okay? So let's look at the Nine of Swords now. This Nine of Swords energy in reverse with the Temperance in reverse and the Four of Pentacles in reverse. I don't feel like this person is really stressing. This feels like someone who's suppressing, like really pushing down how they feel. Honestly, that's what it feels like. And then with Temperance here and the Four of Pentacles in reverse, this feels like the divine trying to get them to surrender to a place of healing rather than a place of, well, that's done. Let me just, okay, whatever, it's done. We're not talking, right? Avoidance, okay? And that's why there's this avoidance, right? There is this, I'm fine, everything's stable. But really there's hurt and pain because this King of Cups is somebody they really care for. It's someone they really love, and there's no communication. And so it's almost like they're trying to pretend that they're okay when it's okay not to be okay. And this individual needs to process that instead of feeling like, no, I need to be strong. Well, being vulnerable is not a weakness, okay? Yep, bottom of the deck is the Five of Swords. So there's conflict getting to this place of feeling stable in ourselves as individuals. And that's what these two people are mirroring. They're realizing, like, oh gosh, I'm kind of avoiding this fallen foundation and I'm distracting myself with my freedom. I'm avoiding this fallen foundation and I'm distracting myself by telling myself everything's fine and I'm okay. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's just the inner critic. It's conflict. It's an energy of betrayal with the Five of Swords here. So just be mindful of that. Okay, let's clarify a few things. If you'd like a personal reading or a Reiki session, go ahead, book it down below through my website. And if you want a free 10-minute reading, check out my Patreon. I give them away for select tiers upon signing up. So go ahead, check that out, Cub Scout. That's where I do zodiac sign readings, individual zodiac readings, moon cycle readings, energy shift readings, live chats, meditations, aura cleanses, Reiki sessions, all that stuff. Okay, let's look at the Empress in reverse and the Knight of Wands. It's sad. It's sad, but I'm smiling because, like, I know this energy. I know this energy so well, right? I've been there, been through this lesson. This is not a fun lesson, but this is a very, like, I'm going to show you, but like showing you is actually like a runner mentality. It's like, I'm going to avoid this and I'm just going to go be my best self. And I'm going to watch me be my best self and see how that makes you feel. That's a hurt person hurting somebody. That's a hurt person hurting somebody. Instead of just communicating like how they actually feel. And even if you don't feel heard right now, acknowledge it yourself, write it down, because this is building things in the wrong way, but it's also a lack of wanting to collaborate, wanting to work together. Let's look at the Nine of Swords and the Four of Pentacles together, because Temperance bridges these two. So let's see. I'll take these two. Okay, whatever. Let's take them all. Nine of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, this individual feels like they're very much so like avoiding how they really feel about it. And it's almost like they're wanting to focus on the daydreams, the fantasies of the Seven of Cups, right? And they're wanting just to walk away and emotionally disconnect. Between the Seven and Eight of Cups is an Ace of Cups. But the reality of it is that they're the Queen of Cups in reverse to their King of Cups in reverse. They're very hurt. They are very hurt. And they're trying to be very practical, very regal, very stable about this. When the reality of it is that there's a part of them that's hurting, and they need to acknowledge that. Acknowledge it. Like, really sit with it. Don't think about, ooh, how do I feel? Just feel it. Just feel. There's a difference between thinking and feeling. Let's look at Temperance. Man, damn. 8 of Wands and the 2 of Wands gives us the 6 of Wands. Here's the 8 of Swords. It's funny because it landed by the Knight of Wands, and that's where I felt the 8 of Swords was on this 4 of Wands. A very trapped energy. Temperance. This individual knows that they could go and communicate things. I think that their struggle is to find a way to do it where 10, 20 years from now, they'll be proud of themselves for how they handled this situation. Right now, I think they're sitting in a lot of hurt and pain, and they're playing a role in their own suffering. So, this is a lot of free will. There's a lot of free will at play here. This could go one way or the other. So we're going to see. Let's look at this Queen's perception of this King of Cups. How they perceive the King. I just felt all this like love coming in. Yeah, there's Ace of Cups and the 2 of Swords. They're opening their heart space. They're like, I do love this person. I want this person. I want to be with this person. But don't mad at them, right? It's okay. You could be both. It could be both. You can love somebody and be absolutely disgusted with them all at the same time, right? Siblings do it all the time. Let's look at the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, 9 of Cups and the 6 of Wands. They don't want to recognize the parts of them that are unhappy. They want to pretend that everything's fine, that they're strong, that they're okay, that they're independent, that they're stable, that they're totally good without this individual. But the reality of it is that it's not me saying that they need them, because they don't need them. But there is such an emotional tie. They do love them. They do adore them. But they also need to allow themselves to feel the parts of them that they are not wanting to acknowledge. So let's continue. Yeah, we have the Wheel of Fortune on the 4 of Wands. I don't know why I just slammed that how I did. My apologies. 5 Pentacles and the 4. Yeah. This individual is going to be the one to do the approach. Don't bank on it, though, because it's just energy, and energy is going to be different for everybody. So, but as of right now, energetically in this reading, this is what's happening at this time, right? So we have well, there's no time. We won't go down that rabbit hole. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the 4 of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles. This person doesn't want, their intention's not to abandon this queen. Their intention's not to leave things unsaid. They do like resolution, but they like to have their freedom though too. They don't want to feel controlled. Yeah, Page of Pentacles on the Sun. There they go. They're going to make the first offer, the first gesture, the first connection, because it's what lights their soul up. But King of Wands. I'm not going to lie, they're doing a lot of healing. They're healing their ego. They're healing a lot of things within themselves. And they're still embodying this very creative, this very passionate, this very loving, this very artistic side of themselves. And that's beautiful in and of itself, because that's what's leading to them to close out the cycle and feel liberated as an individual. Their focus is on them. Their focus is on their hurt and their pain tied to this relationship. They need to focus back on their 9 of Cups, this feminine. They need to focus on their 9 of Cups, what fulfills them emotionally. Let's look at the Knight of Wands. The Sun, yeah. The Star, King of Swords. Ooh, they're keeping it a secret. I like that. 3 of Swords. And then we have the Hermit. Whatever they're going to create for themselves, they're doing it because it lights them up. And it's meant for them. It's part of their path. They're not going to speak on it because it's almost like it's too precious to them. They don't want it to get ruined. They don't want it to get taken from them or hurt. They don't want to be judged for it. They just want to do it. There's a lot of, I feel like this is almost like shame. It's almost like it's a shame that I can't share this part of me with you because of how it's almost like they know where this person's at. They're like, I know you wouldn't react this way, or you wouldn't be excited for me, or you wouldn't be proud of me, you know? Let's look at the 7 of Swords. Yeah, Queen of Wands in reverse. So they know that this would be a very sabotaging thing to discuss with the feminine. They're like, nope, I can't talk about it with you because right now where you're at, you have too much hurt and pain, and instead of being happy for me, you're going to be grumpy that I'm doing things to benefit myself, right? Which is not Empress. That's not Empress. That's hurt and pain. It's hurt people hurting people. So then we have the 9 of Swords in reverse. Okay, so they do have concerns. It does keep them up at night how much they miss the feminine. But at the same time, they're not going to Yeah, the Hierophant, they're very committed. They're very committed to this, but they want to be an individual. They don't want to be contained. This does have a very controlling energy. Yeah, Ace of Wands. So there's going to be a new cycle here. There is. Let's look at this King of Wands a little deeper, though. It's meant for the soul this way. Yeah, it has to. You got to go through the healing first, though. This time alone, this isolation, is necessary for both people to heal this distorted masculine within them, and that's why it's going to move very slowly. It's a Seven of Pentacles. It's like you've planted the seeds, you have the connection, but now you need to invest in yourself so this connection can be one that's actually going to go to a 10 of Pentacles. Let's look at the Ace of Swords. Emperor, very nice. So we have the Emperor, the masculine energy, seeing the reality of the situation. Let's get another on the Ace of Swords. Four of Cups, Ace of Swords, Judgment, Three of Wands, King of Cups in reverse. Okay, so I feel like their heart is open and they see very clearly what needs to occur. I feel like they're just waiting for the right time because they know energetically that this person's not receptive to them at this time. Yeah, Ten of Swords. They 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands, and Death. Yeah, I feel like this is the feminine. The masculine's aware that the feminine is still going through a lot of endings, a lot of change, a lot of shifts, and that's okay. Let's look at the Hermit. Page of Wands, very nice. We have the Nine of Pentacles, and then we have the Moon. Okay. Someone's going to come out of their hermit mode. I feel like this is the feminine, actually. This feels more like the feminine. I feel like the masculine's been waiting. The feminine's eventually going to be like, okay, now I'm going to be like really lighthearted and flirty. Like, let me sweep this under the rug a little bit. I finally feel confident in myself, and I see a little clearer now, right? Yeah, because then we have the Lovers in reverse. Then we have the Page of Cups, and then we have the Queen of Swords, right? So this queen's like, okay, I'm ready to be vulnerable. I'm ready to talk about the things that are really on my mind. I see things a lot clearer now, and I can understand why this relationship in the past was imbalanced. Let's look at this Five of Swords now for the overall. Yeah. Page of Cups, Queen of Swords. They're still working through a lot of their own conflict as I lose my voice. Which, I like this. Their own conflict, a sense of betrayal. They're finally going to be really honest about the things that bother them too, so it can be healed. And I like this. I like this a lot. This is a good energy. I feel like this person's a little stoic. At least when they're hurt, they might shut down emotionally and like pull up this really big wall, and they're slowly like thawing out, as I would put it. Like they're allowing themselves to soften again. So it's gonna take them a while. But Knight of Swords in reverse, and the Strength card, and the Six of Cups, and the Chariot in reverse underneath it all. This tells me that this communication might come in unexpectedly, and it's actually to address the past, to allow things to be in a more balanced emotional place so things can move forward towards the new cycle, right? Balance is going to be the biggest struggle here because you're dealing with the ego and power struggles. So don't be shocked if and when you do come back together, there is this energy of, oh, it's the same thing. That's really just your own triggers coming up, and be mindful of that and talk about it. That's the purpose of this, to have open, honest, vulnerable conversations so you can move past it instead of shutting down and going cold or running away and chasing freedom. Okay? But this is what I have for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you want a personal reading or a Reiki session to look into your own situation, book it down below. Like, share, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. Helps the channel grow, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.